Assalamu alaikum. This is Ushna Nasir and I'm a student of final year MBBS from Karachi Medical and Dental College. Today I'm here to teach you about hyperthyroidism. So first of all, we're going to discuss about thyroid gland because hyperthyroidism is all about the dysfunctioning of this thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is one of the largest endocrine glands in the body that consists of two connected lobes. It is found in the anterior neck below the laryngeal prominence, which is also known as Adam's apple. So here in the picture you can see the presence of thyroid gland. Now we're going to discuss how this thyroid gland basically works. Hypothalamus that is present in our brain releases thyroid releasing hormone that acts on the anterior pituitary gland, that further releases thyroid stimulating hormone that acts on thyroid gland, and in turn thyroid gland releases thyroid hormones. These thyroid hormone then acts on the targeted cells, and whereas these thyroid hormones they inhibits the anterior pituitary gland and hypothalamus when they are in excess, right? When they are over secreted, so they inhibit these two glands, whereas thyroid stimulating hormone in turn inhibits the hypothalamus when it's in excess. So basically it is a negative feedback reaction. Thyroid hormones are basically T3, T4 and calcitonin. T3, T4 hormones are basically stimulated when there is decreased metabolism. Alright, so basically their function is to increase the metabolism. Calcitonin is stimulated when there is increased blood calcium levels in the body. So they basically decrease the blood calcium concentration and also decrease the reabsorption of calcium and phosphorus from the bones to the blood. So basically calcitonin tones down the serum calcium levels. Now we're going to talk about introduction. So hypothyroidism, what is basically hypothyroidism? It is the hyperactivity of the thyroid gland where there is increased synthesis as well as the release of thyroid hormones. So basically there is sustained increase in the synthesis as well as the release of thyroid hormones. So too much thyroid hormones are produced that should not be produced. Hyperthyroidism is a set of disorders that involves excess synthesis as well as the secretion of thyroid hormones by the thyroid gland, which leads to the hypermetabolic condition that is known as thyrotoxicosis. Thyrotoxicosis refers to the physiological effects or clinical syndrome of hypermetabolism that results from the excess circulating levels of T3, T4 or both. Thyrotoxicosis occurs in women more than the men, with highest frequency in persons 20 to 40 years old. Now we are going to discuss about the causes of hyperthyroidism: thyroid nodules, medication, thyroiditis, excessive iodine intake, and Graves' diseases. All are the possible causes. Other risk factors include gender, history, age, smoking, trauma to the thyroid, major stress. Now we're going to discuss each of them one by one. First of all, Graves' disease. It is the most common cause, 50 to 60% of the cases, an autoimmune disorder in which antibodies that are produced by the immune system stimulate the thyroid gland to produce too much thyroid hormone. So basically there is overproduction of thyroid hormone, which causes the enlargement of the thyroid gland, and it also causes other symptoms such as exophthalmos. You can see here in the picture that there is the bulging of eyes. So it is a clinical condition which is also known as exophthalmos. There is heat intolerance and anxiety. Thyroiditis, it occurs in 15 to 20% of the cases. It is a destructive release of preformed thyroid hormone. Toxic multinodular goiter, it is also called Plummer disease. It occurs in 15 to 20% of the cases. It occurs more commonly in elder especially with long-standing goiter. Toxic adenoma. It is caused by a single hyperfunctioning follicular thyroid adenoma. It accounts for 33 to 5% of the cases. It's basically a benign monoclonal tumor that is usually larger than 2.5 centimeter. Nuclear scintigraphy scan shows only a hot single nodule. Now, what are the clinical manifestations of this disease? There are many clinical symptoms such as intolerance to heat, fine straight hair, bulging of eyes, facial flushing, enlarged thyroid, tachycardia, increased systolic blood pressure, breast enlargement, weight loss, muscle wasting, localized edema, menstrual changes such as amenorrhea, tremors, increased diarrhea, finger clubbing. So these are basically all the possible symptoms of this disease. What are now diagnostic tests so that we can diagnose this disease? We're gonna do the history and physical examination, ophthalmic examination to determine if there is any exophthalmos, ECG, atrial tachycardia to determine the condition of heart, laboratory tests such as thyroid function test, T3, T4, thyroid releasing hormone stimulation test, radioactive iodine uptake test. This is basically a test that uses a radioactive tracer and a special probe to measure how much tracer the thyroid gland absorbs from the blood. So basically in our treatment, the overall goal in our treatment of hyperthyroidism is to block the adverse effects of thyroid hormone and stop the oversecretion. So how we gonna manage it? Our basic goal is to block the adverse effect of thyroid hormones, because there is oversecretion of thyroid hormones. So we're gonna stop the secretion of those hormones, or gonna protect the other organs from the adverse effects of those thyroid hormones and stop their oversecretion by drug therapy. Alright, so we're gonna do so we're gonna recommend anti-thyroid drugs to the patient, such as propylthiouracil, methimazole, that basically inhibits the synthesis of these thyroid hormones and blocks the conversion of T4 to T3, because T4 जो है that's present in abundant amount, whereas T3 is the active form of thyroid hormone. Indications for anti-thyroid drugs. So what are the indications of these anti-thyroid drugs? Patients that has high likelihood of remission, and the elder or others with comorbidities, increasing surgical risk, or with limited life expectancy, moderate to severe active grade ophthalmopathy soon after starting radioactive 131 therapy for 6 to 12 weeks. So these are basically the indications for anti-thyroid drugs. We can also recommend beta-adrenergic blockers such as propranolol that basically inhibit the adrenergic effects. Its indications are that it prompts control of symptoms, treatment of choice for thyroiditis, and first-line therapy before surgery, radioactive iodine, and anti-thyroid drugs. Radioactive iodine therapy, what it is basically, it concentrates on the thyroid gland and destroys the thyroid tissue. It has high cure rates with single dose treatment, like 80%. It has high cure rate, and treatment of choice. It is recommended specifically for Graves' disease, multinodular goiter, toxic nodules in patient older than 40 years, and in recurrent thyrotoxicosis. And now the next thing, that if there is recurrent thyrotoxicosis, like it's occurring again and again, so we're gonna go now we're gonna talk about a surgical therapy. What is surgical therapy? So surgical treatment is also recommended if there is no change to the medical therapy. So it is according to the patient's preference, or if there is a surgical treatment is basically reserved, like matlab, it's not given if patient is not like interested, or if the female is pregnant and she cannot tolerate the therapy, or if the child or adolescent is intolerant. So in that case we are also going to reserve this surgical treatment. So if we recommend surgery other than the reserved cases, so there are two types of thyroidectomy. So the removal of thyroid gland is known as thyroidectomy, total or neothyroidectomy, or subtotal thyroidectomy. Total or neothyroidectomy is basically for the patients with coexistent thyroid cancer, severe ophthalmopathy, life-threatening reactions to anti-thyroid drugs. Subtotal thyroidectomy is recommended for the rest. Bilateral subtotal thyroidectomy, in which 1 to 2 grams of thyroid tissue is left on both the sides. So that's for today. So the summary what we discussed up till now, we discussed the anatomy and physiology of thyroid gland, definition, causes, signs and symptoms, diagnosis, the management. So there was the conclusion. We can conclude the lecture what we discussed overall. Hypothyroidism is the production of too much thyroxine hormone, which can increase the metabolism, and the symptoms include unexpected weight loss, rapid or irregular heartbeat, sweating, and irritability. Thank you.